behalf of the editors of ENR, it is my privilege to present the 53rd Annual ENR Award of Excellence to Ron Klemencic. Ron, come on up.
Wow, it's a bit overwhelming. Today was amazing. So many of my friends are here, so many colleagues. What a wonderful experience. But we all know it's not about me. It's about what we've all accomplished. So I want to thank Jan. I want to thank Scott. I want to thank ENR for the recognition. I'm truly, truly humbled by this. Very thankful and tremendously honored. I want to recognize Engineering News Record magazine for 101 years of reporting excellence. Not only do they chronicle the happenings of our industry, the projects and the people and the things that are going on, but they actually serve as our collective conscience. They report on those things that are important to all of us, causing us to have a dialogue and, in fact, advance our industry. And it's through their reporting that that communication actually exists, and our industry has moved forward. So I want to recognize ENR and thank them for their efforts. I'd like to acknowledge my fellow newsmaker classmates. Your work is truly amazing. I've come to this event for 15 years with purpose. And my purpose is to go away feeling inspired and feeling motivated to go and get the next thing. And today, it happened again. So congratulations again to you all. Your work is amazing. I'd like to thank specifically the editors of Engineering News Record and most specifically Nadine Post for, yes, please. Most specifically for turning the spotlight on this topic, which is advancing our industry through research and development in the public domain. Information available to us all to make our businesses better, to make our industry better, build more effectively, build safer. And it's that spotlight that Nadine and her colleagues has shown on that is going to allow us to really propel what has already started as a small movement to a much greater level. The fuse has been lit to light the rocket and shoot it off. And tonight is the start of that because of Nadine and ENR's recognition. So thank you for that. Now, in the spirit of moving the industry forward, and in the spirit of maybe challenging you all, and perhaps breaking a few rules, which I'm about to break, we're going to change things up tonight. I'm not going to be at the podium anymore. We're going to move to a different chapter. Thank you. Imagine if you had an idea that could transform the design and construction industry in a positive way. And imagine you were surrounded by a group of colleagues that would support you, cheerlead you, and help propel that idea forward. And imagine you had access to funds. Funds to make the thing real, your idea, to test it, to debunk it, to put it into practice. Wow, sounds cool. Let's do some of that. But wait, you just hit a brick wall. Your idea fizzles because you look around and you don't see any collaborators or cheerleaders. You look in your pocket, and there's no money. So your idea tends to die, and you return to the daily grind and the way that it always was. But a new day is upon us. And that new day is now. Because I'll tell you that there is, in fact, a group of collaborators out there who want to cheerlead you, who want to collaborate with you, who want to take your idea and help propel it forward. And I know firsthand that there's a bag of money. There's a bag of money to be had if you have an idea and are willing to put it out there in the public realm and help make our industry better. Cool. Let's do some of that. Let me share with you some examples over the last few years of some technology that has disrupted our industry in a very positive way. Performance-based seismic design has fundamentally transformed the way in which tall buildings in seismic zones around the world are designed and built. High-strength reinforcing steel, 50% stronger than current material, is in the laboratory right now being tested. That's going to allow us to build things with less congestion, more quickly and more safely. The precious resource of water is being more thoughtfully managed, more considerately handled on projects to integrate uses, rather than sending the water 10 miles away to the plant to treat it and 10 miles back to drink it. Things are being done much more effectively, reducing the demand on our infrastructure and reducing the demand on our critical water supplies. Technology has been deployed around the country to more rapidly and effectively assess our aging infrastructure. And new testing facilities, like never before seen, have been built, allowing us to test things and inspire us to think differently about how we build more resilient communities. All of these things and more have been accomplished in just the last few years. All of these things are the result of a small group of people with an idea, with a vision, and a small, modest amount of money, and moving the ball down the road. All of these things are possible, have been made possible. And what if we all got involved? But with any new idea, with any new methodology, I lived it firsthand with performance-based design, there'll be some naysayers. There'll be those who put hurdles after hurdles in front of us, and there'll be those who don't want to be first. There'll be those who say everything that's wrong with our idea, rather than embracing it and helping us make it better. Let that not deter us. Let me share a story with you. When performance-based seismic design was first being rolled out in California, there were two projects underway, the Infinity and One Rincon Hill. The Infinity, both projects were being peer-reviewed by this esteemed panels of reviewers, very brilliant people, asking very difficult questions. On the Infinity, on the one hand, the panel was comprised of what I'll call the naysayers. They put up hurdle after hurdle after hurdle, asking questions that were almost impossible to answer. Very frustrating. The review went on for 3 years, and many, many pints of blood were spilled along the way. On the other hand, One Rincon Hill, the peer review panel embraced the idea, thought, wow, this is novel. Maybe this can not only make this building better, but in fact, maybe it can make our whole industry better. And rather than put roadblocks up, they engaged with us in the design and collaborated to try and make the building better and to try and make the whole process better. In the end, One Rincon Hill became the example of how to do performance-based design for the industry. The Infinity kind of faded away into the back, despite the fact that the Infinity actually came first. But no one really wanted to talk about that episode. So the moral of this story is that working together collaboratively can actually move the ball down the road. Let me share one more piece of that story. At one point, there was this great debate, this great impasse, in fact. On the one hand, the Infinity peer review panel said, I want you to make this connection between the floor slabs and the core wall a certain way, and if you don't do it this way, we won't approve your project. And we, as the engineers of the building, thought, well, we don't like that idea. We don't like that method. We want to do something else. We're trying to negotiate that. At the same time, the peer review panel on One Rincon Hill said, if you do it the way they're suggesting on the Infinity, we won't approve your design. Impasse. And there was no negotiating. I mean, there was no way out of this. And so instead, what we did is we rallied our clients, we rallied the contractors and the subcontractors, and we engaged the University of California, my alma mater, the University of California, Berkeley, and we developed a test program. And we tested this connection till we found the right answer. Then there was no debating it. We had physical proof of what was right, what was best. And better yet, we published this information in the PTI journal, making it available to the entire industry. So not only our projects and our clients benefited, but everyone in the industry could benefit from this outcome. So this is just a small example of what we think is possible, but it's a piece of the puzzle. And it's why we are on this mission to do research, to build better buildings, and make our practice better. Now, back to our hurdles for a moment. The painstakingly slow process of building code advancement in the US has to change. Practitioners, architects, engineers, contractors, we must engage and not just go to committee meetings and review things that are submitted, but we need to dream about what we want to build, what it looks like, and what the code should say in order to let us do that. And then what we need is a consistent source of funding. We need some money to go and research, prove out our ideas, and then put them in the building code for everybody to use. We also must dismiss the idea of holding our best ideas close. Those ideas that will totally transform the construction industry, rather than holding them close, somehow thinking they're going to give us a competitive advantage. I'll tell you, that's fleeting. Instead, share our ideas. And the ultimate kiss of death, in my view, proprietary technology. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against proprietary technology. Of course, it has its place. But what I'm submitting to you is that what truly advances our industry, what propels all of us, is not that idea that is held close. It's that idea that's shared. And it's the idea that we can all engage in, make better by collaboration, and propel our industry forward. So it's in this spirit that I submit that we move forward. Now, those of you in the audience that say, he's full of shit, I got a cool idea and I'm holding on to it because I'm going to make some money and da-da-da-da-da. All right, well, so I grew up in Wisconsin during the golden age of the Green Bay Packers. And the golden age of the Green Bay Packers was Coach Lombardi. And Coach Lombardi had a saying of many, and one that I remember and hold dear, is that I can hand our playbook to our competitor, and they still can't beat us. It's with that spirit, it's with that cockiness, it's with that confidence that we, the leaders of the design and construction industry, need to proceed. We need to lead. We need to show the others the way. So, tonight, I want to talk about what some ideas of the future might be. A singular computer model, a BIM in the cloud. Well, sounds like we're almost there. But what if we could work on that, architects, engineers, contractors, collectively, without the fear of legal implications and liability and contract problems? Yeah, amen. Materials that are being developed now that are better, less carbon content, stronger, stiffer, allowing us to build more effectively, more safely, more quickly. Robotic construction that can make a dent in the labor shortage that we face. Fire protection design, fire engineering, Kevin Lamalva, my classmate. Ways in which to design buildings to expose the structures like never before, but still have them be as safe, if not safer, and certainly more consistently safe than is current practice. All of these things are possible if we all just get involved. I'm sure that many of you have ideas of your own. What's in your crystal ball? What do you see? So tonight, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to think differently. I want you to go back to your office and have a discussion with your colleagues about how you might get involved. What I really want is for us to work together as a collaborative. We've all benefited these last few years from an incredible market, right? Business has been good. We're all really busy. Hopefully, we've all made a little money too. Leading the industry is our duty. If it's not this group of people in this room, the leaders and the movers and the shakers of the construction industry, then who the hell is it? There's nobody else. It's us. And if it's not now, when we've made a decent amount of money the last few years, when the hell is it? It's now. So, the challenge goes out. Go to your office tomorrow, sit with your colleagues, brainstorm what it is you might do. Brainstorm what problems you face each and every day that give you a headache, and how can we fix them? And don't worry, don't think you have to fix them on your own in your own little cocoon. We're here to help. Make a list of those ideas. And then I want you to consider how much money are you willing to put on the table? How much skin are you willing to put into the game? And again, don't worry, you don't stand alone. It doesn't have to be solely funded by you. But think about how much. Because today the answer is zero, right? For most companies, profitable companies, the amount of money that they invest in research and development for our industry's betterment is zero. Shame on us. So, 1%, 2%, not of your revenue, of your profit. 2% of your profit. Dig in your pocket, 2% of your profit. If we took 2% of the profit from the top 100 companies in the United States, we'd have $200 million a year to advance our industry through research and development. Think of what we can do with $200 million. Amazing stuff. All right, so how do we do this? Fortunately, there is currently a nexus around which this activity has already begun to happen. The Charles Pankow Foundation, with its modest endowment of $28 million, has endowed, or has supported and funded countless research efforts over the last decade, 50 or 60 different projects, advanced the ball down the road substantially with new technology of all sorts. Open a dialogue with the Pankow Foundation. Make a call to Mark Pernicone. Talk to him tonight. He's here. What we're trying to do is engage in a dialogue to start the ball down the road. So talk to the Pankow Foundation. Whether you get involved with the Pankow Foundation directly or not is not what I'm trying to say. But it's a point where you can begin a discussion which might launch your idea in a direction that you'd never dreamed of. That's what we'd like to do. Tonight, as you leave, you'll be offered a gift, a flash drive, and on that flash drive is all of the Pankow Foundation's research, supported research, for the last 12 years. There's some 60 or 70 research projects on that flash drive, and I hope what it will do will help make your day job better, because there's some good damn stuff in there. But more importantly, what I hope it will do is I hope it will inspire you to say to yourself and to your colleagues, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we involved? Why aren't we helping advance the ball? Because it's happening, and those of us that are actively involved in this are going to do it, so are you with us or not? Thank you to ENR for lighting this fuse. The rocket is on the launch pad, and we are ready to go. What we're looking for, back to my $200 million of 2% money, I envision this industry where we, as a collective, work collaboratively. We face down issues as a coalition, and we have an endowment as an industry of $100 million. Pankow's 28 million times 5. Now we can do some real stuff. So let's go and make that happen. Thanks to ENR for shining the spotlight on this topic. It's so important to our industry. It's very important. You can tell I'm very passionate about this. And I know that together, if we do this, we will change the world. Thank you very much. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, thank you so much.